What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I let down some standards today and got completely catfished on my quotes. So I've this is true in life, like no matter what you're doing, right? Like you'd be a guy, and it could be women. And what are your standards, bro? And here's the thing: when you've got low standards, you've got a scarcity mindset. That's what's going on. And when you're young, you might confuse it with like, oh dude, I'm just hustling, like, you know, like me. Like I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna get these different quotes. I got these different these different messages coming in. Let me get it quoted out. And we have a personal rule, like we don't service properties under 700K. That's just average property in our area is about 500K. We'd like to be 20%, you know, above that. So that's just what works for us. And because the type of stuff that we're offering, you know, the type of service that we do is just something that you're gonna spend on a 700, 1 mil, mil and a half home all day long. Every $1.5 million, $2 million home needs what we offer. But I forgot that for a moment, so I got the opportunity to waste my time and relearn it. And it was a lot of fun, you know, a lot of fun. Love wasting my time doing that to get the rep, to get the rep. But I did this when I was younger. I still do this, obviously, but like I did this with people, you know, with like different men that I would allow in my life, like friends, not necessarily mentors. Always had a high bar for mentors, but just guys that are around, like guys that are doing less than you are. And they tend to be energy sucks. They tend to just like want to kind of latch on to what you got going on, but they're not really contributing anything. And I've been very conscious about thinking through, like I'm looking at joining different gyms, and I'm looking at the memberships that, and I'm asking guys like that I like, respect, customers of ours, hey man, where do you work out? And I'm getting like these different answers, these different responses, but what I'm finding is that like I'm somewhat right on the guys that I want to be around. Guys that have really happening businesses that are just really crushing it, they are all congregated in certain areas. And so I want to find those type of people, so I want to be in those areas. And like one common spot for guys to be at that are killing it, that are successful, is somewhere at the 6:30 a.m. hour. They're somewhere sweating. And so I'm interested in like, where they at, and I want to get in, and because I want to be around those type of people. I want to go to the next level. I want to find guys that are 5-10 years older than me, that are 5-10 steps ahead of me, so that I can learn from them and move forward. And likewise with customers. Yeah, you've got to have a demographic. And for this evening, when I put the kids to bed and everyone's in bed, it's quiet, I'm gonna write down like who is it that we serve as a company, like what do I, and just me as an individual, like who do I serve, who is my audience, like who are the people that I put out content for, trying to help out other guys that are kind of in my own demographic. So really it's just me, like a version of me. That's what I kind of think through when you guys are watching these things. I'm like, yeah, there's a bunch of younger guys, older guys that are building things, guys that are interested in, like, are observing with the changes that are happening all around us, and that are winners. That's, you know, but I'm gonna get really dialed in. I'm gonna sharpen the pen, and yes, sharpen the pen. And I'm gonna really dial in on like, all right, who is it that we serve? What is the value offering that we're bringing? Why is that offering better than everyone else is offering? And if it's not, what do I got to do to make it better? Because when you've got an awesome offering, it's just rolling. Things are just going because you've got it figured out. And but I kept the standards a little low here recently, like this afternoon, and I paid for it. Like not getting those 2 hours back, you know, not getting those miles back, but I did get the rep, so I got the knowledge and I got the wisdom. And the proverb says wisdom is worth more than silver or gold. And that's what I got today. Got the wisdom. My flight instructor would say, you got the experience. Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. And I didn't like it when he first told me that. a long time ago, and then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, he's right. Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want, and that's what happened. That's what happened today, because I got catfished. I catfished because I didn't keep the gate, didn't keep the bar high enough, and I need to kind of re-up that. And I knew on the phone, I knew, and so a wrap-up tip here is like, have a disqualifier. If you can disqualify, that's awesome. I know a lot of guys want to turn every lead into a sale, but you're gonna have a bunch of leads. You know, leads are just leads. And what is a lead? Define a lead. A lead is someone you can contact. That's a lead. Yeah, I can get on my Instagram and just start DMing every follower I have. Right? There could be like 10,000 leads right there. Right? I can get on an email, just every email that's ever come in. There's leads everywhere. Some leads are better than others. I want leads that are qualified leads that would convert into sales, because like that's where the success is. It's like finding the sales. But I want to qualify those leads. You know, I want to filter through those leads. I want to filter through the people in my life, you know, as well. And just be like, who here is adding value? Who here is sucking energy? And I want to be around more people that are adding value, so that I can learn from them, so that I can be a person that adds value, so I can be a value-adding problem solver, and ideally solve people who are economically well off, solve their problems, which will help advance me. And it's good for me, it's good for them, it's good for America. And that's what we're trying to do here. But man, you gotta have your demo, you just gotta have it wrapped in. You just gotta really know what it is that what you're going after. And you gotta have an abundance mindset with it. I think today I was just like, oh man, we only had these 2 leads come in today, like let me go get them. And like the answer was, it's a rain day, we have 2 leads, it's a quiet day. 2 leads is actually no leads, like, because they don't qualify, because their properties are half of our minimum property value that we mess with. So immediately they're gone. But then upon meeting these guys, I was like, yeah, these do not look like customers or clients of ours. A client is anyone with us that spends more than $10,000 in a year. A customer is anyone that spends less. A fan is anyone that spends less than $1,000, like coaching calls. I did coaching calls, $250 coaching calls. Those are fans. But like that's our minimum. Like I don't do any transactions under that. Like that's a minimum transaction that I do. I'm trying to focus on the client like transactions, the 10K transactions and up. I'm actually thinking through for like next year, maybe even this year. It's like, I probably need to be doing maybe 10K up, maybe 100K up. It just depends. Like I'm thinking through what we're doing. I'm like, our best things that we do are like land clearing and like the smaller land clearing is okay, but the bigger stuff is better. And so anyway, I'm gonna, like this evening when everyone's in bed, I'm gonna write my journal and start really figuring in like, who is it that we're adding value to? What demographic are they in? And then where might I find more of them at? The gym example. Where might more of those individuals be? If you're a younger guy, you're dating or something like that, this is super critical. Like, because you're approaching it from a position of like, oh, I just want girls to be interested in me. And the answer is like, you need to become interesting. And then they will be interested in you. And then you need to sift and filter through and put no energy, no effort into like 90% of the group. Maybe like 95, like none. Like, hi, nice to meet you, great. No work, no resources, no time, because it takes away from you in building things that will just, if you just go and build those things, that stuff's gonna come anyway. It's coming anyway. You become a super skilled, qualified, wealthy guy, I got news for you, man. Like, they're coming. But if you don't have a way to filter, you might be encountering individuals that you don't want to be around. That won't be good for your long-term health, wealth, prosperity. So, food for thought. Keep that bar high. Let me know in the comments what demographics you guys serve. Gives me a better idea who's watching. I can make more valuable content for you guys. See you in the next one.